Hey, this is Fritz. You got 5 minutes? I want to play a game of pretend with you today, just for a minute. I want you to pretend that one day you wake up and you say, all right, today is the day. Today is the day that I'm going to turn over a new leaf. Starting today, for a whole year, I'm going to stop showering, okay? Not going to soap and water. It's not going to touch me. I'm going to live in my skin. It's going to be great. It's going to be organic. It's going to be awesome, right? I want you to think for a minute what the results of that would be, okay? Because I actually did some research yesterday. It struck me. And I said, I wonder what would actually happen. And I Googled that exact stream. What would happen if I stopped showering for a year? Some very interesting things happen. Some really gross things, but interesting. So the first thing, obviously, is you're going to stank, all right? It's going to just, you're going to smell. Your body produces bacteria. Bacteria smell. And then as you sweat, the bacteria flourishes. So you're going to stink even harder. You're going to be itchy because your body's going to be sloughing off dead skin cells all the time. If you don't wash them off, they're going to itch. You're going to have a risk of developing fungus in places. You're going to have rashes, irritation, boils. You could get infected if you don't wash wounds, things like that. All around, it's pretty bad. And then once you do decide to shower, it's going to take probably 2 or 3, maybe even a month, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month to get back to normal so that your body's back in balance. Now, I said all that to say this. Software companies everywhere, on the whole planet practically, make a very similar decision most every day. And I'm not talking about personal hygiene at this point. I'm talking about code hygiene. I'm talking about the decision to not refactor code. In this case, the complexity of the code is what you want to avoid. It's the kind of thing that you want to wash off, okay? And I understand, I know I identify as a tester, but I've written a lot of code over the years, and I know what it's like to be under a tight deadline, to, maybe knowingly be writing code and thinking, I don't think this is the most elegant solution, but I got this deadline, and okay, I'm doing it. And you write the code, and you know you're introducing technical debt into the code base, and you know deep down you're probably not going to go back and fix it. You're not going to have time, and it sucks. And I've been there. But here's the thing. Just like personal hygiene, code hygiene is extremely important. It's not a nicety, it's a necessity, okay? And there are similar side effects. If your code complexity isn't gotten a handle on, if you don't refactor on a regular basis, here are some things that could happen. People are going to be afraid to change the code. They're going to be afraid to go in there and make any modifications because who knows, am I going to break something? Do I have adequate test coverage? I don't know. And so they'll hesitate. It'll slow things down quite a bit. It's going to take a lot more effort to understand the code, to look at it and read it and just mentally slurp it up and understand what's going on. It's going to take more and more expensive people to come in and be able to wield the code properly. So you'll have to hire more and more senior level developers, leads, things like that. You won't be able to get away with having a mix of junior and senior level devs. You'll have to have really high powered people. And also your time to market is going to suffer tremendously. The time it takes for you to deploy code to get market value out of it. And I just had a discussion recently about, well, how do you talk to people about the importance of code refactoring? What's the return on investment? And I didn't have an answer for them right away, but then I thought later, no, time to market is the answer. That's the metric. If you can't get code out fast enough because it's so complex, because you're not refactoring, then that really puts you at a disadvantage if you can't publish even simple changes. And these days it's important because you can probably start a stopwatch today and say, hey, 1 month from now is a group of people that formed a startup and work out of a broom closet going to have something that they can spin up quickly that will take a lot of the market share away from us? The answer is probably yes. People are going to get a lot better at doing that and disrupting the market and disrupting the norm. And yeah, they may suffer the same fate later on with their code. If they don't refactor, they're going to be bloated. But in the meantime, they will have basically cut your artery and you'll have bled out long ago. So it is extremely important. Please refactor your code. I guess you can say this is a public service announcement, but don't be afraid to get in there and refactor the code. You're going to do a great service to your project, to your team, your department, and your whole company. Listen, I'm going to get off here. I hope you have a really great day. I hope you consider the weight of what you do each and every day in the code, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.